UN Security Council adopts Donald Trump's Gaza plan. The UN Security Council voted to adopt US drafted resolution endorsing President Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza and authorizing an international stabilization force for the Palestinian enclave. Israel and the Palestinian militant group, as we all know, Hamas, agreed last month for the first phase of Donald Trump's 20-point plan for Gaza. And now this Donald Trump's Gaza plan was approved by UNSC. Next, India to host a global Big Cat summit in 2026. As you all know, India also one of the important, and India launched International Big Cat Alliance 3 years back, calling for a renewed global cooperation to protect big cats and their habitats as part of integrated climate and biodiversity action. India's Environmental Minister Bhupendra Yadav announced India's decision to host a global big cat summit in New Delhi. As you all know, India is home for several big cats, including Royal Bengal tiger, Asiatic lion, Indian leopard, snow leopard, etc. And now India is hosting Global Big Cat Summit next year. Next important news, Iran begins cloud seeding to induce rain amid historic drought. Authorities in Iran have sprayed clouds with chemicals to induce rain in an attempt to combat the country's worst drought in decades. Known as cloud seeding, the process was conducted in the Urmia Lake. Urmia is the Iran's largest lake. Urmia is the Iran's largest lake. As you all know, Iran capital Tehran is also facing severe drought. No single drop of water in Tehran. Now Iran is trying cloud seeding artificial rains, and Iran is also planning to change its capital from Tehran to Makran coast. But there are a lot of difficulties and challenges in that shift of capital. But Tehran don't have even a single drop of water now. That's the biggest problem. A capital city without water is Tehran. India-UK military exercise Ajaya Warrior 25 begins in Rajasthan. The 8th edition of India-UK joint military exercise Ajaya Warrior 25 commenced at the Mahajan field firing ranges in Rajasthan's Bikaner district. So the exercise will be conducted for 14 days. It will be concluded on November 30th. India-UK military exercise Ajaya Warrior brings together 240 personnel with equal representation from Indian Army and British Army. The Indian Army is being represented by the troops of Sikh Regiment. Next important news, Iran cancels visa-free entry for Indians over trafficking cases. Following a series of cases in which Indians were lured with fake job offers, trafficking into Iran, and later kidnapped for ransom, the government of Iran suspended visa-free entry facility for Indian nationals from November 22nd. So Indian nationals do not enjoy visa-free entry facility to Iran from November 22nd onwards. The suspension applies to all Indians holding ordinary passports. Indian travelers will now need to obtain visa for both entry and transit through Iran. Now, visa-free entry for Indian travelers was not there for Iran. Now, Iran is not offering this. And 350th Martyrdom Day, Guru Tej Bahadur. Okay. So, as you all know, we are celebrating Sikh Gurus. Okay, recently we also celebrated Guru Nanak Jayanti. And now, Guru Tej Bahadur. Guru Tej Bahadur. Particularly if you observe, Punjab is celebrating, and a very big ad was given with respect to the celebrations of Guru Tej Bahadur 350th Martyrdom Day. Top Maoist leader Hidma and his wife were killed among 6 in Andhra Pradesh, Sri Allur Sita Ramaraju district, Maredmilli forest area. Top Maoist leader Madhvi Hidma, a Central Committee member and South Buster Battalion commandant of banned CPI Maoist organization, and 5 others were killed in an encounter in Allur Sita Ramaraju district of Andhra Pradesh. Hidma's wife, Madakam Raje, a member of Chhattisgarh State Zonal Committee, was among those who killed in the gunfight that took place on November 18th early hours in forest area of Maredmilli, Sri Allur Sita Ramaraju district. So this is the thing. And next important news, Kerala government approaches Supreme Court to postpone special intensive revision. The Kerala government has moved to the Supreme Court seeking a direction to the Election Commission to defer the conduct of special intensive revision of the electoral rolls of the state. The state said that conduct of the cumbersome SIR process from November 4th to December 4th would coincide with the elections of local bodies in Kerala. The simultaneous conduct of both exercises would not only strain the human resource, but also create an administrative impasse with no personnel left to take care of the day-to-day government functions. So this is the thing. So Kerala have local body elections at the same time. So Kerala don't want the exercise from November 4th to December 4th. Kerala approached the Supreme Court with respect to special intensive revision. Next important news. Supreme Court recalls verdict on retrospective green clearances. So, a three-judge bench of the Supreme Court, in a majority judgment, recalled its May 16th verdict, declaring the centre's grant of ex post facto or retrospective environmental clearances to build projects and constructions a gross illegality and an anathema. 𝐃𝐨𝐰𝐵𝐧𝐥𝐨𝐚𝐝, who is retiring on November 23rd, said in his separate opinion that the May 16th judgment, if allowed to continue to operate, would have a devastating effect and thousands of crores of rupees would go into waste. So this is a story. Coming to the other important news from the south. Other important news particularly from Andhra Pradesh. 51 Maoists arrested in AP operation. The Organization for Counter-Terrorism Operations, Octopus, and police arrested 51 Maoists in several districts of Andhra Pradesh. This is said to be the first such major arrest from the urban areas in one single day. The arrests were made during such operations on Maoist hideouts in Krishna, Elur, NTR, Kakinada, B.R. Ambedkar, Konaseema districts of Andhra Pradesh. The Octopus teams also seized a huge ammunition, cash, and other materials from the arrested persons. So this is a big thing. It's a big crackdown on Maoists. So these are the important news for today. And most important news, will India extradite or send back Sheikh Hasina to Bangladesh? Will India extradite or send back Sheikh Hasina to Bangladesh? Actually, India-Bangladesh have an extradition treaty. But for any extradition treaty, political asylum seekers can be exempted. And most importantly, as you all know, Sheikh Hasina was a political person, former Prime Minister of Bangladesh. And Bangladesh, time and again, repeatedly asking India to send back Sheikh Hasina to Bangladesh. And now Sheikh Hasina got death penalty in Bangladesh. And Bangladesh is asking India to send back Sheikh Hasina. But India, considering the fate of Sheikh Hasina, though we have an extradition treaty, as she was a political person, political asylum seekers are exempt from extradition. So this is the news that is coming up